Alright guys, here we are, Ace Attorney Chronicles, the first one. I don't know what it's called, but we are playing it. We are still investigating on a boat to make sure that I did not murder my best friend and that I don't in fact know Russian. Where are we going? Are we looking around or are we moving? Can we take the horse and buggy? Thanks to the so-called detective, I'm even more stuck inside this cabin than I was before. For the time being, I suppose I'll just have to focus my efforts on investigating in here. Okay, I thought I already did a lot of this, and I mean I did, but... So let's look at that vent. Which, didn't we look at that last time? Maybe not. I don't remember. Yeah, it has a check mark, so we already did. How you guys doing? Let me calm down, like kind of... My head is like bzzz, in a rush. Because I gotta get to bed right after this, so we can't go too much over an hour. I'm not reading this because we've already read this before, by the way. Because I want to hit this hour and get my ass to bed, but I also really wanted to play this. Because I want to know what's happening. So what's happening in the bed? I like those dark green bed sheets. It's become a trend of like, ooh, if he's got dark bed sheets, it's a sign that he's a sloppy, disgusting waste of a man. And I don't like this trend of hating on that because I love a dark brown bed sheet. I've always been like dark brown bed sheets. I used to have dark brown satin bed sheets. I don't have that anymore, but I love a dark brown bed sheet because I wear a lot of tanner and also I'm beautiful. And both those things are conducive to having dark brown sheets. Okay. I've investigated thoroughly, but I can't find anything out of place. Have I checked this yet? It's some 2 weeks since we set sail from Japan. Have you really been living in that wardrobe the entire time? I mean, I come out from in temps de temps. Naruhodo-san? I think living isn't quite the right description. Oh, no, I suppose you're not. Although it must have been rather exciting making this voyage in your own secret hideout. It would have been a fun story to tell at the end. You know what, this will be a really fun story to tell eventually once I'm cleared of murder. The trouble was I never knew when a member of the crew might come in. So yes, I did basically have to live in the wardrobe. And last night was no exception. But because of that, you had no idea what was happening out here in the cabin. No, sadly not. Did it. Already checked that. We have not checked the trunk. That's a very large traveling case, isn't it? Did I have to hide in there? It carries me, bitch. It carries a lot of memories for me. Memories? What do you mean? Well, that's actually how I stowed away on this vessel. I was brought on board inside that case. Ah, yes, I see it says this way up in Japanese, because we don't speak what? Russian. Which in hindsight, I should have realized the foreign crewman wouldn't be able to read. I was turned over and over and over, and then I was tossed on the floor in here. I survived though. Put hair on my little chest. Oh dear, being a stowaway isn't as romantic as it. No, it's not. It doesn't sound romantic. What are you talking about sounds romantic? As romantic as it sounds. Well, it was less painful than a Suzato takedown. Alright, got that, got that. We haven't really looked at, yeah, we have looked at this. We've looked at that. We've looked at this and that. We've looked at that. We've not looked at this. Which is in what, Russian and English? Are they really trying to tell me that these fucking Swedish, Dutch, fucking... These boatmen, see that man right there, the boatman? Are they really trying to tell me that those are Russians? Because they're not. I'm onto something with them. These are the rules of passage for travel aboard the SS Burya. It's essentially a list of requests from the captain to all passengers on board. Passengers must not keep weapons or other dangerous objects in their cabins. Pets are also I'm a pet basically at this point. Oh my god, Ace Attorney pup play. Pets are also strictly forbidden. What? Why are you staring at me? Oh, sorry. I was just thinking. Are you more of a dangerous object or a pet? Period. She's trying to get into kinks. Kink curious? I can't decide. Well, one thing's for sure. Either way, I wasn't supposed to be in here. Got that right. Alright, so we looked at everything over here, so let's get our ass over here. I don't want to talk to him. Don't make me talk. Fine, I'll talk to him. I bet we gotta talk to him. Excuse me. Oh, let me charge those Joy-Cons. Sorry, let me put these Joy-Cons on the charger. I know this has nothing to do with you guys, and I should have done it before. Let me just put those. Oh. There we go. What? I was wondering if I could ask you a favor. Would you mind if I investigated a little outside? Grandmother told me Japanese people do not make jokes, but it is not true. You're a dick. Also, your grandma's stupid and racist, which, I mean, whose isn't? Let's get past racist grandparents. Sorry? That criminal asking prison guard to help him escape? Very funny. We're in the middle of the sea. There's no chance of me escaping. Yeah. You stay in this cabin until next port. Then it is up to Hong Kong. Oh, we're going to Hong Kong. No, wait a minute. I thought we were going to Shenzhen. Where are we going? They did not say Hong Kong last time. They said we were going to China. Where did they say we were going? And I know some of y'all Hong Kong's, and you know what? Hong Kong is in China. I'll give you that, but it's not China. Where'd they say we were going? They said we were going, what's the Forbidden City? Shanghai. They said we were going to Shanghai. Shanghai's not in fucking Hong Kong. What are you talking about? Then it is up to Hong Kong police to decide what they do with you. You stay. All right. There's no point trying to appeal to this man's better nature, that's for sure. Love the granola bars. There's a whole ass sword on the ground. I'd love to check that out. That's Kazuma-sama's precious sword. He never went anywhere without it. Yeah, he was always saying that a Japanese man's katana is his soul. I believe he had to work very hard to convince the government to— Yeah, that's a weapon. That shouldn't have been in the room. Government to allow him to bring it on this trip. I suppose that shows just how important it was to him. And now he's gone. I'm not ready to let his spirit go just yet. Already checked out the chicken on the floor. Already checked out all that. Table? What's up with the table? There's nothing on this table at all. I mean, there's a cloth. A skew. The plate and cutlery are all over the floor for some reason. Yeah, it's strange. Last night when I went to sleep, I'm sure everything was still... No, wait a minute. What is it? That's funny. I can't seem to remember anything about what happened after gas. I'm still of the mind that, one, these men are not Russian. Whether or not the game knows it, I know it for a fact. I'm right. But I'm still of the mind that the vent. Either somebody came in the vent and stabbed us, which is silly, or they released gas through the vent. Seems most likely, but I remember them showing us a snake, and I was like, this makes it sound like the snake was in the room, but snakes don't make you forget things. Well, I don't know. Because sometimes I see Dick, and I forget things, and that's kind of snake adjacent, yeah? Dick make me go stupid. Ooh. So then perhaps you are responsible for what happened to Kazuma-sama. Maybe I fucking... What if I did? What if I dissociated and fucking murdered my best friend? That would suck. I'm tired of doing that. No. Alright. Sigi? Segi? I don't know everything, okay? Japanese word for justice. The brushstrokes are straight and true, just like the truth, just like Kazuma. Straight! But I need to love him. Yes, his calligraphy. You can love a straight people, just like in a platonic, appropriate way. Us straight people. Yes, his calligraphy always was a reflection of his heart. Yet you... Can you really look at those characters without feeling shame, knowing you who drew them so thoughtfully? Of course I can. I mean, I'm innocent, so why shouldn't I be able to? She really seems to flip-flop between believing in me and not believing in me. Even though you stowed away on this ship? Wait, now you're gonna bring that up, are ya? I can't win. I mean, I've looked at everything, bitch. I have looked at everything. The lamp. Can you feel I'm fucking confused? I've looked at everything. I haven't looked at this pipe. Yeah, I have. I haven't looked at this fucking dreamcatcher, which is not a dreamcatcher at all. This is... Yes, it's a bell cord contraption, I think. What do you mean, contraption? I read about it in a book I was studying that talked about life in Great Britain. Garbage. Garbage food, garbage people. Large households often have bell cords like this, which you can pull to ring a bell to summon servants. Really? That sounds almost magical. That... Magical? It's a different time. Shall we give it a little try? Yes! In the interest of cultural research, obviously. Go get a servant. Oh, she's quite disappointed. I suppose nobody comes for lowly Japanese... Y'all's culture is so much more established and Don't y'all ever feel beneath the British. Y'all have been here for centuries just because you are doing different things. Ooh, it makes me so mad. Let's stop holding the Brits in any sort of esteem. We should steam them like fucking dumplings or broccoli and just make... You know, they're already soggy ass people as it is. Let's not steam them and make them worse. I'm being racist. This has been a really racist playthrough. Well, are British people a race? This has been a really prejudiced, anti-European. This has been bad. But I think because I'm a white man, I'm not European, I'm American. Let me get that straight. Don't talk to me about ancestry. I am me, I am here, I am now. I'm American. Fuck Europe. Except for... I feel like this all the time. Europe, I'm gonna stop being so mean to you, okay? Until you do something fucking janky and whack in this game. Once I see y'all fucking eating snails, I'm back at you. But for now, I'm gonna start being nice to you. I'm gonna start being neutral to you. No, I'm sure that it's just everyone is busy, that's all. What do you want me to do? I fucking looked at everything. And they don't want me to travel. I haven't looked at... This is quite the big thing to look at. How did I miss the gigantic door that's unlocked? When I went for help and the crewman forced the door open, this bolt had been firmly closed. It's quite a small bolt and not particularly sturdy, and it just slides across to secure the door shut. But still, with the door bolted, there would be no way to get in or out of the cabin, that's for sure. Open shut case, except for just shut case. It's no wonder everyone suspects me. There's that vent. I'm telling you there's that vent. When she glares at me like that, I feel tense all up and down my spine. Boy, that is puberty. That is your awakening. You like women. You like a stern woman. Who doesn't? I remember reading once in a detective novel, hopefully not Sherlock Holmes. The culprit used a needle like a needle and a string. Do you know that one? You don't. Let each other they are nothing. The culprit used a needle and thread to draw a bolt across from the outside the room in a situation like this. Sorry, I just really like... You'll hear it one day. You'll know that song one day. Makes a child feel loved and so... Yes, that's a clever trick, isn't it? I'm an avid reader of detective stories myself. But the door of this cabin and its frame are made of metal, and they seal together perfectly. There would be no possibility of using that needle and thread trick here, I'm afraid. Like a needle. Sorry. And she glares at me like that. I feel pins and needles all up and down my spine. Y'all aren't rushing. Wait a minute. That's the waiter that's not a waiter. That's the police officer that's a waiter. That's the waiter that's a police officer. Now he's a sailor. Now he's Russian? He needs... Get over here. The crewman, do you mean? He wasn't there before, was he? That's what I thought. Why don't we try talking to him? Probably because I'm likely to get yelled at again. Suppose I could try. Oh, examine. Is that the fucking waiter? Yeah, it is. There's something... This is like the fucking whoop-de-whoop upside down, backwards up, upside down. Like, why are everybody I recognize is here, but they're playing different? Why did she have a British accent? She's Japanese. What's happening? And why is that man coughing blood? Does he have... I already forgot. Tuberculosis, TB. Something wrong, Naruto-san? Oh no, it's just that crewman standing by the door. I can't help but feel like I've seen him somewhere before, coughing up blood and telling lies, Johnny. Oh yes, you're right. He does look familiar. Excuse me, sir! Yes, what can I do for you? Him! I need a burp and it's not wanting to come out. I recognize that face. But it can't be. Oh, but it is. You know that tuberculosis cough anywhere. It is! I didn't know you were here, Inspector Hasanaga. Hosanaga? Don't get that on your beautiful white sleeves. Hello again. What are you doing here? I think that should be my line. I was so stunned when I saw you, my heart stopped. Nearly stopped, I hope. I received some special orders to go undercover as a member of the crew on board this ship. You're always undercover as something. Again? Is he like my Detective Gumshoe? Because I could get down with that, because I love Gumshoe and I love this man. But Gumshoe, he was a heavy piece of meat. This man is but a fucking Halloween decoration that caught wind. He's just a skeleton in some fucking cloth. But he's beautiful and perfect, ain't he? You can be hot if you're meat, you can be cute if you're cloth. The dynamicism? The dynamic nature of man. You certainly seem to enjoy undercover work, Inspector. Is there anything I can do to help you? Please ask. I never expected to see this man on board. He didn't expect to see me either. It is what it is. But perhaps his presence can help me out of this hopeless situation. Hello, would you like to talk? Special orders, what are you doing here? Is it because I'm here and I'm a murderer? So what are your special orders this time, Inspector? Yes, and why are you dressed as a member of the crew? I'm so sorry. If you can't tell us, this is all my fault. Ooh, oh no! I take full responsibility. For what? My orders were to act as Asogi-san's bodyguard. Oh! It was the Minister of Justice Jigoku who pushed for this overseas study tour to go ahead. And he entrusted me with ensuring that Asogi-san reached Great Britain without being assassinated. Why was he up for assassination? So wait a minute, something stinks. What stinks? What stinks? What is this? Why? There's something deeper here. Assassinated, which implies that he was an important figure. The definition of assassinated. How could that have even been a possibility? I'm not sure. But these are complicated times. There are tensions between the world's greatest powers. This is a high school student. Minister Jigoku said we should be prepared for all eventualities. We should be, but you can't be, so then you prioritize the ones that are actually more likely. This is incredible. I don't believe it. Kazuma-sama was assassinated. I mean, why would why would a high school student be assassinated, I guess? Obviously, he couldn't give Asogi-san a visible security escort. Which is why I'm undercover now. I mean, you didn't do a good job. We recognize you, posing as one of the crew. I see. And I didn't take my eyes off him the entire time we've been on board, from morning until night, every day. But I never imagined it would happen here, inside his own cabin, not here on the first class deck. Money doesn't protect you from assassination. If anything, it puts you in the eye of the needle and a string. Put you in the crosshairs. I failed miserably at my assignment, and Asogi-san is dead as a result. I'm a disgrace. All I can do is humbly— you could do more. I humbly apologize. Inspector. So if there's anything at all that I can do to help now, just say the word. Permission to investigate? Sir? We're doing what we can to investigate Cosmo's death ourselves. Oh, didn't mean to pull that up. I thought you might be. You didn't do it, did you? You're not the killer? Of course not. We'd really like to investigate the cabin next door. Yeah, so we need to be allowed out of this cabin. I'm sorry, bitch, you can help a little more. You hold power. What? You've been deemed a risk to the ship's safety. If you move to even touch the handle of the cabin door, I get shot. I dare him to pull a gun on me. I'll take him down. He's a weak-looking little Dutch man. That stormy-looking seaman there would surely snap your neck in two. I suppose. I'm not just a stowaway now. They think I'm a murderer as well. Why am I— ooh. Would it be possible to give me something to work with, do you think? I'm gonna need something persuasive. What do you mean? If I had a solid reason why the next door cabin should be because the vent leads over there, should be investigated, for example, I'd do everything I could to persuade the captain to allow it. Really, I'd lay my life on the line if I had to. But I don't see how. There may be a way. What? Really? Think of how you tried to persuade me with your innocence, Naruhodo-san, by presenting me with a piece of evidence that you already had in your possession. Evidence? My eye is dry and it hurts. It's just the same as when you were in court. You must have done it many times during your trial. I did, and you didn't get a watch because women aren't really allowed in there. Simply select the present panel and choose some evidence that Inspector Hosonaga could use. So evidence that would give us a valuable reason to investigate the next door cabin, is it? Alright, yes. I think I might know what we can use. Let's see if I could da-ba-da. We're out of the tutorial, quit teaching me shit. So present is— I don't have a present option. Found it. This eye has a my contact wants to pop out of this eye. That's garbage. That's kind of something. This mentions a speckled band coming out of the vent, doesn't it? I believe it does. And I think the speckled band is a snake. What's that? It's Cosmo's diary. Just before he died, Cosmo-sama wrote something rather strange in his diary. Strange, in what way? It's a little tiny book in her little tiny hand. He wrote, what looks like some kind of speckled band is dangling from the ventilator grill. Why didn't you go check it out? A speckled band. That is strange. Yeah, we're still trying to work out what he meant by this snake. But what I'd like to know is... Don't tell me. The ventilator, is it? You're very ass-toot, Inspector. Inspector ass-toot. That ventilator clearly joins to the next door cabin. That's right. So if we could investigate in there, we might be able to work out what the speckled band was. Alright then. I can't leave this cabin at the moment. I'm stuck here until we arrive at the next port. The captain has given me strict orders to guard the scene of the crime, you see. I'll have to entrust the investigation to you. Really? You're willing to do that? Yes, as long as you don't leave the first-class cabin area. I'm afraid I can't remove those handcuffs, though. But what about the captain? Aren't you going against his direct orders? He's bleeding out of the mouth. He does not give a fuck about orders. What do I hear? Sorry. I'm a man of my word. And I promise you that I'll lay my life on the line if that's what it takes to convince the captain. After all, I failed to keep Asogi-san safe. This is the least I can do. Thank you. Let's seize the moment then, Naruhodo-san. I know how to move. I know how to move. Don't y'all walk me through the game. We spent like 9,000 hours in the tutorial. Don't you keep tutorializing me. We are moving horse and buggy style through a boat. First class passageway. Yibbity-bap-bap-a-dow. I like that there's a fire alarm. How did fire alarms work in old times? What did they detect? How did they detect it? I'm tired. Woo! I'm finally out of that cabin. I have to admit, this isn't quite what I was expecting. It's less spacious out here than I thought it would. I haven't left the room, I forgot. Than it would be. And this is the most luxurious accommodation? Yes, indeed. Kazuma-sama was being sent on this study tour by the government. That's why he was being put in a first-class cabin. Even though he was just a Japanese person. Because apparently we're lowly? Even still, this is about twice as large as my accommodation in steerage. Why is she here? Why was she allowed on? Really? That must be awful. Oh, he's sitting there, legs spread, belly button out. What a king. Man, what do they call it? Man spreading? Shit, man spread and fucking squat over my face. Enough. Oh, look over there. That's another crewman keeping watch, and he looks enormous. Even if he is sitting down, he does look like a big boy. The door next to him leads to second-class accommodation. I suppose he's making sure that no one comes in here who shouldn't. I suppose. Like people in handcuffs? Naruhodo-san, you look like a little boy visiting a toy shop for the first time. What do you mean by that? I would have thought you'd be used to the ship by now. We've been at sea I haven't left the room. At sea for 2 weeks already. Well, yeah, I know, but the thing is, I was inside Kazuma's trunk when I first came aboard. And ever since then, I've been shut up inside that little wardrobe. It must have been... Give me a second. It must have been a very trying time for you. Please don't give me that pitying look. Okay, so am I inspecting? Yeah, we're examining the fucking ship section. What is this? Why is... Oh, I thought that was a bullet. I was like, why is there a picture of a bullet? Bitch, that's the boat. This looks like a plan of the SS Burya. It shows each deck. Look. The Burya is a large-scale steamship with a triple-skinned hull. What a marvel of engineering. Well, it's been playing in my mind for a while now, actually, but... How is it that such a huge lump of metal doesn't just sink to the bottom of the ocean? Buoyancy, bitch. Oh, that's really quite simple, Naruhodo-san. It is? Well, consider the Japanese archipelago. I love an archipelago. Oh my god, in Pokemon Sun and Moon, there's this little area of the game called Pokepelago. But I would always call it Pokepelago because I love to be wrong. And and every time I'd go there, because I was really not well, I was like... I'd gotten back with my ex-husband because I loved him and I was lonely, but also because he had money and I was falling apart and I didn't have money or a job or wasn't doing anything. I just lived alone in this like empty apartment and I had to go to mandatory court-ordered therapy, like domestic violence. It was group domestic violence therapy. I've told the story on the channel before, so I won't go that deep into it. Every Wednesday I had to go to like court-ordered group domestic violence therapy because I hit somebody. Just kidding. Don't do that. And I was super on meth, and it was weird. So I would like be on Skype with my ex-husband as I was like coming down from drugs and just like not okay. And I'd be playing Pokemon Moon, and I'd be like Pokepelago, Pokepelago, and it was like the only glimmer of hope I had in my life. The islands of Japan? Yes, they're not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth. But they're not floating, are they? How does land work? Is land floating? I thought land was attached to the... How does land... Can land just flip? I'm worried. I don't think land can... I don't know. I don't know a lot. I think we're connected. I think we're rooted. Yes, they're not metal, but they are enormous lumps of earth, many, many times larger than this ship. And they don't sink, do they? They've been floating happily on the sea since the gods created them. This is old-timey. Maybe they don't know that they're connected at the root. Or maybe I'm wrong. Well, I suppose so. Alright, gods... So the boat floats because of the gods. Glad we got to this. What's up, big boy? You're a Libra, huh? You're a slutty little Libra. I love you. Excuse me, but could I ask you something? You little stowaway murderer. That wasn't a good start, was it? Oh, that wasn't a good start, was it? That wasn't her. All right, let me try instead. Good day, Mr. Sailor. I'm so sorry to trouble you, but could I perhaps ask something of you? You little third-class lady's maid. Oh my god, he's bad. He's a bad man. Okay. We seem to have caught this sailor on a bad day, Susato-san. I am not Sailor. My mother gave me name. What's your name then, bitch? Tell us. I can't know if you don't tell me. I'm senior crewman Biff Strogenov. The first Phoenix Wright game, well, the first 3 Phoenix Wright games all had a lot of fucking, like, fun, witty names, like Smelly, what was Butts' name? Larry Butts. Lotta Heart. Fucking, I don't know, they had fun names, just trust me. Beef Stroganov? Come on. Ooh, the best thing is to just avoid eye contact, I think. Wow, he's got fucking dead blue eyes. I don't fear lazy blue eyes. I could take you down with one arm if you got lazy blue eyes. First class cabin area. Biff Stroganov. Mr. Stroganov, about this first class cabin area. Here we are in finest part of Buria's steamship, for very important persons. What sort of very important persons? You got hairy arms. Ooh! Government officials, kings and queens traveling in secret, many important. Who is Kazuma-sama? There's something about him we don't know. This is why I'm always guarding this place. Oh gosh, that's amazing. But somehow I let stupid stowaway inside. I like his nose. He's got a good he's a good guy. I like him. He's got a good strong nose. I'm sorry I dragged his lazy eyes and said I could take him down with one arm. I was wrong. I want to pick you up and throw you in ocean, but Stroganov is not animal. Thank you. If I may, I was wondering, is the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's currently occupied? Acrylic letters? Susato-san, did you understand that? It sounded like, duh. That's not what Russian sounds like. They're not Russian. I don't know if I have a fundamental misunderstanding of what Russians are or they do, or maybe it's like a time thing, because nowadays Russians are not blonde-haired, blue-eyed bitches that say da. I don't know what happened between then and now. Thanks probably Russian for yes. Genius. It is not permitted to visit other cabins without invitation. Well, it sounds like there's somebody in the next door cabin at least. Who? The murderer. Yes. It's tantalizing. So who's in that next door cabin? Could you tell us who's traveling in the cabin next to Mr. Asogi's? His name is Mr. Grimsby Roylott. He is very important Western. Boo! Oh wait, no, we're supporting the Europeans. Yay! He's very important Western. Woo! Gentleman. A Western gentleman. Do not think about it. He has nothing to do with murder of student boy. How can you be so sure about that? Mr. Roylott is authentic Western gentleman. Boo! Yay! Woo, I'm torn. Such a man would not have no interest in lowly student from insignificant. Y'all are racist as fuck, Far East Islands. That's harsh. Could you tell us when Mr. Roylott came aboard? He's the Russian man. Oh, and they're Russian as well, so they're probably working with them because everybody of the same race is in cahoots with each other, I bet. Because everybody sucks, except for Russian's not a race? What's a race? What if God was one of us? You know? You know? That is not your business. None, as my dad would say. Come to think of it, Even though we've been at sea for 2 weeks now, and I've been in Cosmo's cabin the entire time, I've never once heard anything from the next door cabin, or even felt like there's anyone there. Well, presumably since this gentleman is occupying one of the first-class cabins, he must be rather important. Is that right? I mean, he's a Western gentleman. Name something more important than a Western man, apparently. That is not your business. Alright, so last Friday night... What's up? Are you on watch here all the time, Seaman Strogenov? Seaman Strogenov? Actually, well, I don't like a Stroganov, but maybe that's because I don't like the beef. If you replace the beef with the protein of nut, I might enjoy a Stroganov. Duh. All time. So criminals like you cannot come in or get out. I wonder, could you tell us anything about last Friday night at all? We danced on tabletops. It is sad about Student Boy. Were you on watch last night as well? Of course. And did you notice anything at the time? Anything unusual? Het. He's het like heterosexuals. Het. Susato-san, did you understand that? It was clearly a no. I saw nothing unusual, nothing at all. And you didn't hear any strange noises or sense anything wrong in some fucking way? I said, nah. No. Sorry, I'm just making noises at you at this point. It's probably pretty gross. Okay, sorry. I'm not so sure. I could have sworn that he wouldn't catch my eye for a moment there. He's a liar. He's a white man and he's a liar. This is enough. I cannot say more now. Oh, Appa, you got such a good nose and such a good scowl. And big old ears. I have such small... Y'all never really see my ears because I always have like long hair or a hat or ear cups. What do you call it? Headphones. Ear cups. Got a ticket for the long way home. What tiny ears you have, sir? Now my phone's going off. Oh my god, why? And I don't have my iPhone with me, so I gotta open up my whole ass fucking... I guess that's not that much work, but in my head it is. Your bedtime starts at 9 p.m. Oh yeah, it's letting me know that in 15 minutes my screen is gonna go black and white, and my phone's gonna be in nighttime mode, and I gotta turn my brain into nighttime mode. So let's chill. Let's drink fucking blood orange lemonade polar seltzer. It's pretty good. I don't usually like orange flavor, but I don't know. I just saw these orange cans and I was... Well, I didn't see the orange cans. I'm sorry. I saw the orange box and I was like, I would like that. Here we are. Top notes. What is it? How, aerate it? What do you... Oh, I wish I remembered. That's 10. It is time for me to report to Captain. You must return to cabin. Yes, all right. Can I just crawl through the vent? Who's gonna stop me? Bulkhead to second class area is staying locked at all times. You escape when the lobster whistles on top of the mountain. Or as English... Excuse me. When the lobster whistles on top of the mountain... Is that really a Russian saying? Or Dutch, as this man clearly is? Or as English say, when pigs fly. Alright, I understand. I like your hairy arms. Alright, see you later. Good. Now we can investigate this. Okay, he left. He left the room. Now we can look around. Lobster on the mountain whistles. Investigate this area properly, shall we? Shall we? Definitely. Can I, do y'all mind if I go into here? What is that? Is that a mouse trap on the floor? What is that? Old-timey mouse. How does a mouse get on a boat? Well, bubonic plague. Well, the bubonic plague isn't how the mice got on the boat. Believe it or not, contrary to popular belief. But that's how it spread, was there were mice on the boat. Rats, I believe. What's the difference between a rats and a mice? Is it the tail? Is it genetic? I mean, it's probably both. Sorry. Why did they begin on boats? And how many rats can be on a boat at one time? They clearly there's a rat on this boat because they killed my best friend. This is it. This is the cabin next to ours. The one the ventilator connects to. Yes, the ventilator from which Cosmo-sama wrote that he saw a speckled band emerging. Maybe whoever's in this cabin can help solve that particular mystery. Let's ask. Knock, knock, knock. Oh, period. Knock, knock. Who's there? What if we like told like a good knock, knock joke? Do y'all know any good? I don't know a single good knock, knock joke, do I? Knock, knock. Who's there? Yeah, I mean the orange. You're glad I didn't say banana one's pretty time. I should do that to somebody tomorrow. That would really get a chuckle out of somebody because it's like, oh, that's a blast from the past. No answer. That's an old mousetrap. I want to eat the cheese off of it, but I don't want to get my lips snatched again. We've been through this before. We're out of luck, it seems. There's no one in there to help with our inquiries. How annoying. Mouse trap. Now there's a mouse trap. I want to eat the cheese. Ah, a trap for catching mice. Yeah, we have plenty of those back home in Japan. Although they seem to be using a lump of chalk or something as bait. Let me see. She's got a book that has all the answers to everything, it seems. Yes, I think that's what it's called, cheese. Do they not have cheese in Japan yet? This is gonna blow y'all fucking mind. The way this comes out of a cow and it. The things people have done with cow juice, it is crazy. The versatility of cow juice is nuts. Oh, Winds of Anthos, I won't talk too much about it, but yippity yee I fucking love this game. I got a cow. His name is Hydrogen Bomb. Okay, it is H-Bomb. Let me see, but also H-Bomb can stand for a lot of things. Hungry Bomb, Horny Bomb, Hydrogen Bomb. Hug Bomb. He's quite huggable. He looks just like this cow, except for mine's a baby. He can't produce milk yet. Wait a minute, he's probably a girl, huh? Knowing how cows work. I'm gonna forget how cows work. He's a boy. But isn't he so huggable? And also, if I had pre-ordered the game, nobody told me it was coming out, so I would have. You could get this like cow plush, and it's sleeping. And you can still get it by buying the deluxe edition of the game. I'm not gonna buy another copy. I'm not gonna spend $100. Whatever. But I'm quite mad at the cow plush. Maybe I'll find it on eBay or something. Let me see. Yes, I think it's what's called cheese, made from milk of cows. Cheese? I wonder what that tastes like. I mean, have at it. You can't eat it, Naruhodo. Oh, never mind. She's telling me no. Naruhodo-san, the trap will snap shut on your fingers. Oh, I was gonna crawl up to it and use my lips. Never get a chance to hit my fingers. Really? But, I suppose you're right. You weren't actually gonna try it, were you? All I've had to eat for the past couple of weeks is fucking Cosmos leftovers. You don't know how hungry I've been in that wardrobe. Poor you. Do you believe I did murder or no? Because sometimes you're real empathetic and sympathetic. Sometimes you're real sympathetic and sometimes you're like, murderer! It's like, make up your mind. Or maybe she can sympathize with a murderer and that's really kind-hearted of her. I'll find a little snack for you later. A snack of cheese, please. She's gonna feed me the rat that this catches. But then, I'll taste the cheese inside the rat, because it ate a little bit. Cheese stuffed rat, please. Rat's happy, I'm happy. What do you think this is? It's a very pleasing, it's round. Oh, titty. Titty is why it's pleasing. Very pleasing shape, isn't it? That's the emergency alarm. It's probably best not to touch it, perv. Oh, an alarm. It says, press only in times of emergency. It looks as though it sets alarm bells ringing all over the ship. How? How are they connected in this old-timey ship? Where did Herlock get off to? I miss him. And brings the vessel to a that's too much power. Oh. This I have to see. What are you doing, Naruto-san? You mustn't touch it. But this is an emergency situation. Just look at these handcuffs. I like that she did that. You know full well that's not what the alarm is for. If you were to bring this vessel to a standstill for no good reason, you'd be in an even worse situation. I wish everything would just stop. Period. He gets it. This ship included. If If you have to do something foolish, at least make it something that doesn't affect anyone else. She wants me to kill myself quietly. Somebody just saw a rat. What was that? It came from inside the cabin. Such a high-pitched scream. It must have been... It better not be that woman from before. Stand aside! Oh, it's him. I don't remember his voice. I'm about to break the door down. Mr. Sholmes! I shan't be stopped when the fit is on me. I revel in kick when the fit is on me. I mean, he do got that fit, though. He do be looking a little bit nice, a little bit clean, a little bit fresh. He doesn't really look clean, but he looks good. I revel in kicking doors off their hinges. Please, wait, Mr. Sholmes. No, kick it down, bitch, kick it down. He is a really reactionary, quick... This man just fucking does what he wants, and I appreciate it about him. That door doesn't appear to be bolted. It doesn't. Then how the deuce can I dispatch this muscular urge? What pray can't my nuts kick my nut? What if that's my kink now? What pray can I kick? I think we should go in. There's no time to think about stress relief. Could be a murder. I bet it's a snake or a rat. I need to know. Oh, it's him! Oh my god, it's him! He's literally the man. Who are you? Western gentleman. Western gentleman, that is a Russian to me. We heard a woman scream. What if he's just banging in here and we said, rah rah Rasputin let us in. And he's just boning a woman. We heard a woman scream. A woman, don't be absurd. As you can see, there's nobody but me in this cabin. What's in that suitcase? A really bendy woman, perchance? Wait a minute. His room looks just like our room with the same knocked over trophies. But... True, this old man does appear to be the only only person in here. But in that case, who just screamed? Was that cabinet open a moment ago? Get out, all of you, now! Please excuse the intrusion, but you're Mr. Grimsby Roylott, I believe. Yes, that's me, and you are. I'm the... Oh, he loves to say his name. I'm the one and only, the actual Herlock Sholmes. You've heard of me, no doubt, because I've said my own fucking name 100 times in the past fucking 2 hours. No. I'm a great detective among great detectives. I am a great detective among great... Yeah. One who adorns the covers of popular magazines, no less. So I assure you, you must trust me completely. I don't trust a bitch in a magazine for a minute. I don't like that look on you. You ain't got no lips, Herlock Sholmes. You better get some lips before you try to get people to trust you. The man uses that magazine like a business card. A detective, huh? I do not trust detectives. We distinctly heard a scream emanating from within these walls. What's in that bag? But there wouldn't appear to be a lady concealing herself within the wardrobe this time. So might I be so bold? Right, she's bendy and she's up in there. I don't know why I think there's like a circus woman in this briefcase. So might I be so bold as to ask you to open that small traveling case? Well, don't be stupid. How could anyone fit in a small trunk like that? I don't want to do... I'm slipping into an accent for that, man. I don't want to do accents. I don't do accents. This is bad for everybody involved. Well, it's quite fashionable these days, is it not? Traveling inside of one's... Hey! Inside of one's trunk? Don't look at me. No! No, I was joking, bitch. There better not be a circus woman in there. It's the ballerina. She real flexy, flexible, bendy... Elastic love, everlasting love. You know that song? That's a weird cut from fucking Bionic, if you know. I haven't listened to Bionic in a minute. I just haven't been feeling that gay lately. Oh my... Did you see that, Mr. Naruhodo? Yeah. The case just shook. Yeah, this case just shook. The case is shaking because I'm not the fucking culprit. He's got scissors. I better watch it. Leave now. Otherwise, I'll call the steward. The steward's on his side because they're all Russian and they're all in cahoots. Because if I know one thing about Russian people, it's collusion. Not to be racist for it. I use the word racist in place of prejudice all the time. I will literally be like, that's racist against bugs. Like, literally, it's not about race, it's about discrimination. So this is Cosmo's neighbor, Mr. Grimsby Roylott. No, it's not. That's not Grimsby Roylott. That's a fake name. There's no doubt about it. This strange Russian man is hiding something. Everything. He's hiding everything. He looks like the newspaper man. I couldn't agree more. Get out of my mind. Let's see if we can find some clues before that burly sailor returns. Hello. Bonjour. Last Friday night, first class cabin. That's all. Mr. Roylott, we'd like to talk to you about something. No. Oh? I do not want to talk. Leave my cabin now. Oh boy, this is going terribly. We're not getting anywhere here. I agree, but there may be someone else who can help. Herlock Sholmes! Sholmes! Herlock Sholmes! Perhaps that great detective could get somewhere with Mr. Roylott. He is so silly sitting in there. He's so silly and cute. He's so like, ooh. Herlock Sholmes is kind of ooh and silly. He's silly boy. He's silly string coated. Mr. Roylott, we'd like to talk to you about something. No. No, we've done this. I don't know what to talk. Leave my cabin now. And it's going terribly. Same shit. Herlock Sholmes. Okay, so let's examine. Hurled lock. Is that a gun? Herlock Sholmes packing. Well, he's carrying. Let's not say packing. He's not a sexual creature. He's too fucking silly for that. Do you have a moment, please, Mr. Sholmes? You need only address me as Sholmes. That's what I just did, isn't it? I said Mr. Sholmes, to be fair. Well, Mr. Sholmes, what were you doing in there? Why, I was resting, of course. Resting? Indeed, I was contemplating our sea voyage from the confines of the wardrobe whilst waiting. Waiting for the inevitable time that you would need to call my great powers of detection into rule. I'm gonna give you another chance to have great powers of detection, because right now you're 0 for 1. Let's go, bitch. But I believe in you. And I think that's just because you're a fucking enthusiastic, handsome white man. That might be all it is, but I trust you, regardless. Oh. And it would seem that the hour is upon us now. The time has come. Am I mistaken? Well, not really. You're spot on, for once. Observe closely. Yes, bitch, observe. Speculate. Our Russian host in this cabin, Mr. Roylott, is clearly trying to hide something. And do you know what is the most effective weapon to use against a Russian hiding in secret? The truth? Why, Oh! That's funny, bitch. I'm Herlock Sholmes himself. I'm everything. I know everything. Ooh, the truth. That's such a fucking abstract, fucking out of left field thing to say. I love me for that. I love us for that. Me and Herlock, when two become one. We're one. We actually, I know I said he's silly, and to me silly is like not really usually sexy. But we do have to fuck. We have to physically become one because we have spiritually become one. Though it should be pointed out that such methods are not exclusively for the Russians. Right. Can you imagine how the Russian will react when the secret he guards so closely is exposed? Would you like to witness it? Oh yes, please! Well then, what you are about to see may astound you. For I am about to apply my great detective's greatly admired great deduction to the case. Here we go. Could this man be a more hackneyed portrayal of a dubious Russian, I ask you? What? From time to time it occurs to me. Is the fellow dubious on account of his Russianness? Oh my god, this game's nuts. Or Russian on account of his dubiousness? Period. I really don't think either of those things should be occurring to you, or anyone. That's right, and Mr. Sholmes...
I know this man's beard and dark glasses are hard to ignore, especially on a first meeting, but I once read, it is a capital mistake to theorize before you have all the evidence. Don't judge a book by its cover. It biases the judgment. Shh! I must have complete silence.
He's real particular for somebody that gets everything wrong. Well, he's getting it right now, to be fair. What are you doing? Why are you peering into my face like that?
Ah, just as I thought. Yes, I have quite made up my mind now. There can be no other explanation that accommodates all the facts. Mr. Roylott, I've reached two incontrovertible conclusions.
What do you mean?
Number one, your true identity is that of a villain.
I mean, he's got a big fucking weapon.
Using those shears, you're about to end the existence of something most dear. Are you not? Ah. And number two, the other conclusion I have drawn, you are, at this very moment no less, in the midst of committing a most grievous crime. We heard a scream, bitch, that's obvious. Beneath that beard, your mouth quivers with nervous tension as you realize you have been discovered.
I can't stick with the voice for anybody, I'm sorry, we'll get there eventually, or maybe we won't, and this will just be a cringe playthrough the whole way through, and you know what? You click on it, not me. That's on you. Being cringe is one thing, watching it is another. It's cringe to watch it, so now we're both cringe.
Does it not? Ah. Oh, Naruhodo-san, I never imagined I would witness one of Mr. Sholmes' great deductions with my own eyes.
That was a great deduction.
Nothing can deceive Mr. Sholmes. In a single glance, he can deduce all there is to know about a person.
What? What an effable twaddle. Oh my god, an effable twaddle? Now I'm talking like an English person.
Oh yes, I've read about it countless times in the adventures of Herlock Sholmes, oh boy. And now I've experienced the astonishing impact of his great deduction firsthand. This is like a dream come true!
I can hardly believe it, but all the color is drained from Mr. We got it right. Roylott's face. Looks like somehow both of Mr. Sholmes' conclusions were right. How could you?
How could I have possibly known such things, you wish to say? Very well then. I shall elucidate. He loves that word, elucidate. I shall explain how it was that I arrived at this pair of conclusions. So do I cordially invite you a journey...
What? Sorry. The way he speaks is so different than the way I speak, it trips me up a lot.
So do I cordially invite you upon a journey of logical discovery. Let us board the train of reasoning. All aboard! What is it? The train of reasoning. Da-da-dum-da-dum-da-dum. Reasoning. Put plainly, let us work through my deductions together.
Ooh, the great deduction. The game is afoot. Topic 1, Old Man's Identity. Conclusion.
So the dubious-looking Russian, Mr. Roylott, obviously what catches the eye in the first place.
Bam. Bam.
Is the enormous pair of shears in your hand. Now we ask ourselves, what could you possibly want with such an implement?
Murder.
The answer, of course, is staring us in the face.
You were on the verge of using shears to cut away the copious beard you sport.
No, he gets so close and then he just... He's a weird man, Sholmes.
Now, moving on. The question then begged is this. Why would you desire to rid yourself of this magnificent beard, Mr. Roylott? Once again, the answer is plain. We have clear evidence to shed light on the matter. Regard, if you would.
Whoa, that was too much of an accent.
Regard, if you will, this morning's newspaper. In particular, the fascinating period front page article. He's hiding his identity. Maybe he is onto something. It's right there in his pocket. Which it would appear you have read also, Mr. Roylott. I'm sure it needs no further clarification. The evidence that reveals your true identity is... The article about the revolutionary. Herlock, you lay good groundwork, but you... Well, wait a minute. In translation, the headline reads, Revolutionary villain Bolshevik. Excuse me. Violent Bolshevik. Maybe like violent something? Bolshevik, I don't know what that means. Please Russia via Shanghai. Oh, we left Shanghai and now we're going to Hong Kong, maybe. You don't take a boat from Shanghai to Hong Kong. Do you? I don't know. I don't know. Let me not pretend like I know. I don't think you do. As you cannot fail to observe, the subject of the article possesses an extremely copious beard. And little silly glasses. Having noted the article yourself, you decided to remove your incriminating facial hair before it gave you away. In short, your true identity is beyond doubt. You are the fearsome Russian revolutionary himself, Valen Bolshevik. Not that I've heard of you myself. Oh my god, period. He said not that I know who. He said, flop. You understand. Conclusion. A revolutionary on the run. Topic 2. Wrongdoing. Conclusion. We will get there. Now, as for my second conclusion. You are at this very moment on the brink of committing a most grievous crime. And the proof of this crime? Over there. Oh yes, Mr. Roylott. Taken unawares. Oh my god, in Pokemon Legends Arceus, I have a playthrough of it on this channel, go watch it. In Pokemon Legends Arceus, they'd always say, oh, you caught it unawares. And I'd be like, that's such a... not how we speak nowadays. It really shook me. So now there's another game saying, taken unawares. People have a propensity to let their eyes stray, you see. Ah! And I assure you, the eye speaks so much more eloquently and honestly than the mouth. The answers we seek lie where the furtive glance falls. Furtive? We're learning words! Wait, let me add that to the list. Remember we started making a list? The proof of your crimes is before our very eyes. Yes, that traveling case. Give me a second. Gotta add that to the list. Furtive. I don't know what we're gonna do with this vocabulary list. I learned what it's called. But we're gonna do something with this vocab list. I can't find it. 1 second. Is this fun for you, watching me fucking go through? My screen's all black and white. It's, oh, now it's on this side. They can't make up its mind. But, can't really show you. But, notebook, quick notes. You know what? It's fighting me right now. So maybe... There we go. Vocab list. Okay, furtive. When we have the next Phoenix Palooza this year, we're gonna do something with this vocab list. I don't know what, but we're gonna do something with it. The proof of your... Yes, that traveling case. It is time, I think, that the case be opened and its contents laid bare. No, I refuse. What could you possibly be concealing inside, we ask? By my estimation, is he doing a good job, Herlock Sholmes? A young lady, perhaps. She's the ballerina. She's bendy, bendy, clown circus, clown circus, clown circus, clown circus. What fucking, oh my god, ay, 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 you know what I'm talking about? Cirque du Soleil. Cirque du Soleil. A young lady, perhaps, one slight enough to fit therein. Don't be absurd. And what, pray, would be the identity of this young lady in the trap? The ballerina bitch! The Princess Ballerina Goyle. Dear me. We are not well suited to a life of crime, are we? Your careless coup d'oeil? Coup d'oeil? Coup de... I don't speak nothing, bitch. Coup de oil. Betrays you. Once again, we need only follow your furtive glance to find the answer. Yes, the reason you refuse to open your traveling case can equally be found in the pages of this newspaper. For there is another, most stimulating article. Nya, about a ballerina. If we turn from the fleeing revolutionary to the back page. Bam! Renowned prima ballerina of the Novovik Ballet disappears from Shanghai. Such a headline can lead us to but one conclusion. Your crime is that of abduction. And according to the article, the young lady's name is Nikolina Pavlova. She's related to the dogs. Conclusion, kidnapping of a young ballerina, the worst crime a man can commit. Oh my god, another stowaway. Thus concludes Herlock Sholmes' great deduction of this Russian enigma. Eleminsky. Fuck off. Eleminsky? I'm gonna kill myself. This is the worst game I ever played. I need to go to bed. We've hit an hour. I've got to close this out. You know what? It's a weird place to stop, but we're going to stop on Eleminsky. So y'all remember when we load up the next video, we just ended on the great deduction of this Russian man, okay? After the great deduction, the great deduce, I'm going to deduce out of here. Peace out. Deuces. Have a good one. Bye. Good night.